No, it's been pretty quiet. I'm afraid. Just
It's a
some
good.
vacations with the kids. My son and daughter are both in college. My son is a freshman.
Oh, nice.
He's at both of them at Notre Dame, but my son is playing football, so he's a freshman. Just got there mid-year in January.
Yeah.
So he experiencing it for the first time. So just got home for spring break, for his first ever spring break, and all this. So we went on a little vacation. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome, Eddie.
Yeah.
Man, that must be just a moment when you seeing him suit up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's so funny. I just got a call from him yesterday.
Yeah.
Spring football is just starting.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
like, hey, what should I expect? Just kind of get some words of wisdom. You know what I mean? And it's so fun because it helped, through this process of him as a little guy playing little league football and watching him in middle school and in the high school and just kind of helping, right? And for him to, give me that call, hey, Dad, what should I be expecting? It makes me feel good because I've always prided myself on not pushing the football part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always told him as a kid, I played football, so you don't have to. But he chose to play, and that was his choice. And so for him to give me a call and ask about some stuff about football, it's always fun because I've never been no dad to try to push the football on.
Yeah. It's interesting when they get to that age. So I got a freshman in college also. He's taking his first year overseas. He's in France studying design.
Wow.
And it's so interesting to watch the transformation that year because as they get older in high school, they're a little different with their personalities. It's way on his own on those calls too.
That's right.
And the respect level kind of goes up. You start realizing things.
That's right. They have a better appreciation, I think, of dads and moms when they leave.
I got a freshman.
And they've got to do everything.
Same thing.
I was like,
Didn't get any calls for a little while. Then I started getting some calls, and I started getting a few more calls.
That's right.
As long as out.
Exactly.
Yep.
So when did you start playing golf?
So golf for me was an off and on kind of thing. It was, I started playing really when I got to Pittsburgh. So I was maybe 26, 27, when I kind of started playing, messing around. Nothing significant, just kind of playing it. And what we would do, we would play, and it was, we would call it gangster golf because we would be on the tee box and you couldn't pay a guy to be quiet. Everybody's talking and and we're just hitting the ball and we're playing. And this is like no way to play golf, right? And that's we were basically having a party on the golf course, going down the course. And so it wasn't really golf, So that was the first couple of years of that, and then I started to get into it a little more. But for me, golf was always a problem because the physical nature of how I played football, at the end of the season, my body was beat up, right? I couldn't turn. So I had to, my golf always was very short. It was always like, March, April, May, June, July. That's it.
Yeah.
And that was, 4 or 5 months of golf for me. So it didn't happen really until I retired. Then that gave me the ability to play on a regular basis.
And focus on it.
Yeah.
So now, it's interesting because you did play, there's some overlap, but then you know the difference between kind of getting into it. And I'm interested in the comparison between playing professional football at that level and now you're competing. I mean, you're out here in competition, so they're both competitions. What's the same about it? What's different? Keeping in mind that a lot of people don't look at football players and realize that you had a job working for a corporation. That's it's a full-on deal.
100%.
And now you're playing on your own terms. So what's some parallel between those two?
So I would say the parallels is, you going out, you're competing. You are going out to compete. You either going to be successful or you're going to fail. There's no in between. And that's, I believe, what people have to understand about competition. True competition, you either win or you fail. No way around it, right? And so it takes a lot for someone to get into a zero-sum situation again, right? You did it once, you played football, okay, great.
Yeah.
Do I want to go out and compete and do this and get in this tournament? And no, not really. But if you do,
Yeah.
you got to dive 10 toes in, you all the way in. So I think the what you can draw from of having done it before on that highly competitive level, this doesn't scare you
Sure.
about going out and competing. Yeah, it's a sport that we haven't had the experience in. Most players haven't played this game of golf how we played the game of football.
Yeah.
Because that was a lifelong
Yeah.
profession, right? This was something as a kid, you played. Well, not everybody played golf as a kid. You know, most guys picked it up later in life. And so this was, this is the recreation that's turning into competition.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's there's parallels, yes, but there's some big differences as well. This, none of us, had a golf club in our hand at 5 years old. See, we had a football in our hand. We didn't have a golf club in our hand. So that's the difference there. But the commonality is that it's still competition.
Yeah.
It's still me looking you in the face saying, all right, I'm better than you. Now I got to go prove it.
Yeah.
I sent out a message.
And so it sounds like most of your golf is outside of competition. What is golf you do now? What is it done in terms of
So as a retired athlete, golf has become more of played a prominent role. After retirement, there was this search
Somebody's gonna go.
for a competitive scenario, right? So where do I find that competitive fire, right? That gets you going, right? And what has drawn a lot of former players to golf is that you do get the ability to compete. You do get the opportunity, but what happens more so is you fall in love with the sport, and you realize how great a game it is, and so you. Unfortunately, your wives have a different thought pattern about golf because you start spending so much time with the golf. It's like, wait a minute, you're married to me. You didn't marry golf. So because what you have to know is most athletes, they have a disorder about them because most of them are addicts, right? And so golf, they become an addict at golf. Love it. Yeah. And so you can't get enough of it. Unfortunately, you have commitments, you got family, you got children, so it's harder to play it because you want to play it more and more and more. And so the golf fills that void that you lose in your previous profession.
Where's your home course that you play most of?
Oh my goodness. My home course where I play the most is in Atlanta. I play at a golf club in Georgia. I've a couple memberships, and depending on where I am, I'm able to play.
You got people everywhere, so the other thing about leaving sport, or be the same if you're leaving an organization.
That's right.
Because I work in the corporate space, I'm on my own, and golf is camaraderie for me. It's got my
It is.
and things, and it's we call it our main therapy.
Yeah.
Got to have that with that. We're still working so hard to start up that 4 hours a week is a lot.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking that from us.
That's right.
I need to get out my voice and talk through things.
And enjoy it and spend some time.
That's right. And spend some time. I have one more question. I'm going to give you your shoes. You're one of the only people to see this in the making. It's so exciting because the feedback and the discussion came to this thing. But when you were playing football, how were you about your equipment? So you had shoes and other things. Were you really into that? Was it really important? There was a certain way for you?
Yeah, I was. I'm a creature of habit, and you want to make sure that you got everything lined up. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Everything is it's fitting good, you're feeling good. Because I always would say before games, if you feel good and you look good, you're going to play good, right? And so that was all part of it. So, the shoes, the uniform, everything had to kind of work in concert so that you felt great.
Yeah.
Because if you felt great, you went out there 9 times out of 10, you're going to play great.
Sure. Is it the same in golf?
It's the same in golf in terms of, I want my footwear, I want to feel good.
Yeah.
You want to just feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because golf is hard enough. The last thing you need is a shirt that's too tight.
Yeah.
A shoe that hurts your foot. Pants that you can't bend down. You don't want to be restricted in any way with what you're wearing because the game itself is so challenging. So I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Well, we talked in December. We talked about what we see as gaps in golf footwear, and that's one of them. And I think the shoes that look the best don't play the best.
Right.
And there's great looking shoes like you got Jeremy shoes that extend the stub. Those are not made to grab the The thing is, there's the ones that walk well and the ones that swing well.
Yeah.
We wanted to attack those gaps, and we think we got something here. That was input for you and the rest of the players to help get us this. And we rushed. We were not supposed to be able to make these shoes. I heard that. I'm not kidding you. 18 different times. It's not possible. And so I said, okay, and then come back the next day. No, we have to have them by March. It's really important. It's not possible. Okay, well, what if we did this and what if we did? Sure enough, we got it done. The first 10 pairs of golf shoes in sizes up to 15 here for you guys to play in R&D. And what you feel when you wear them.
Yes.
It's good wearing them. We got to listen to what you have to say. Yeah. Go into what we make in production. Wow. An exciting moment for us to do that. Where are our sizes?
Put something next to you.
Oh, there they are. So I'm going to give you one of these, and you remember.
Oh, yeah.
This one's special. The green is a football color, so we got the pro logo on the bottom.
Yep. Awesome. We'll see you tomorrow.
And you remember a couple of the key points. We put some technical foam on the bottom of this shoe that we put into endurance running shoes. Some of our athletes for the other brand that work for the type of guys that run 100-mile races in the Alps. And so we took that technology, put it in the base. You're sitting on a bed on that foam. Now, if you turn this over and you push into this, you're going to feel the foam. So when you walk, you're getting it.
Oh, God.
You're getting your fix. Like it's going to comfort, take care of your joints. But you go this way,
And you guys are all.
and it stay there. So when you start turning side to side, it's going to engage traction elements, shark's teeth that suspend your foot over the traction. It's adaptive. You're feeling that. Around your foot, this is all stretching it. So back here and here, so that's going to hug your foot, just keep you stable, but not real restricted. Touched on that a little bit, and there's no friction in there because the friction happens in between here and not in the home. That's so important. These are really high quality leathers, all leather, including cast skin around your foot, which is breathable and is going to mold to your foot a little bit. There's some water resistance. They're not fully waterproof. You're not having trouble with moisture. And that's it, man. That's what we've ended up with. And I think this is your size. So.
Yes, it is. There, too.
Yeah. External support here. The reason we put on the outside is to stay soft around your foot. I know that would help you trying to generate your.
Yeah.
Guys always generate that. But still, you got to have some stability, right?
Right. You don't want the shooter to start moving around. You want it to provide you some stability so that you can make that solid turn.
That's it.
Thank you.
That one broke.
Thank you.
Find a way to put it back on your.
Yeah, so if you get a chance with one of your practice rounds,
Yeah, let's say I'm going to throw in more and more. Yeah.
we'll get out and ask you some questions while you're out there playing. Is the feeling. And you can be critical. We like that, You tell the other guys, the marketing guys, tell them that you can tell them the gear shit. But
I'm going to give you the real deal.
I need that. Because that's how
that feedback. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sweet.
And we do have